And I watched a number of your videos because I knew I was going to talk to you. And something you said surprised me. And that was that you felt that the idea of lectures per se should have been made obsolete just with the arrival of the textbook, because the basis of lecturing was when books weren't available to everyone. A teacher had the copy, and the rest of the idea of lecturing was just to convey what's there in that book.
It was the original photocopy machine.
Right.
It was a method of distributing material. How do you get a copy of something? And in 13th century Italy, there were hundreds and hundreds of these books on elementary arithmetic that people wrote. 250 of them still exist, by the way. And these were handwritten books written by people who went to some professor, wrote their own book. So the way you learnt something back in the medieval times was you found someone who had the book, the one in town, the only book in Pisa, and that person would give a course. You would write your own book, and then you had a book. Then you'd read it.
Right.
So they knew back then, I'm sure, that you didn't learn anything in the lecture. It was just the best way, the only way to get the material. Then you went home and studied it. And we know that because many of these ancient books that have been found, they were clearly written by the person, but then they were annotated by the same person in different coloured ink. And there are lots of them like that. That was how you got the material. But why did that method of teaching the lecture survive the printing press, and then the copy machines, the photocopy machine, the PDF file?
The radio and the television.
It survived everything. I actually don't think it will survive the MOOC.
But you're still lecturing on the MOOC. I mean, there you are in video. You're still conveying your passion. I mean, you said yourself that you personalize
the human
these
part
things.
is important.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's what I was getting at. Was it seems like without the lecture, without the conveying of the passion, who wants to just read a book? Who wants to just read online?
Yeah. Ask anybody, what do they remember most about their university? They'll say Professor X, Professor Y. Ask someone, why do you not like mathematics? They will always say, in the 6th, 7th, 10th grade, there was this one teacher. It's not that they don't like mathematics. They met a teacher they didn't like.
Yes.
And that's what did it.
Yes. I could tell you all about my poli-sci professor, but we won't go there, who lectured out the window all the time.
Learning and teaching is a human activity. Learning is a human activity. It's a social activity. If you don't get the social mechanics right, it isn't going to work.